And exhaling, the fingers come together. Now, I want you to imagine that you have a clock on your abdomen here. All right? And where these fingers are at your pubic bone is at 12 o'clock. And where these fingers are up here, where your ribs come together, is 6 o'clock. So if you were to look down at your clock, here's 12 and here's 6, okay? And we're going to do 8 repetitions of this. So when you press the small of your back into the ground, it's the 6 and the 12 start to come together. Do you see that with your fingers? And then you inhale, and as you exhale, the 6 and 12 come together. Let's do it together, 8 counts, all right? Inhaling up. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. Inhaling up. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. Inhaling, go at your pace. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 are together. 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. 1 more. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 6 and the 12 come together. And release. And just notice how that feels, all right? Now I want you to move your fingers here. Imagine that the fingers here that were at the 12 o'clock position now move over to the 1 o'clock position on your clock. And the fingers here at the 6 o'clock position now move over here to the 7 o'clock position. So if I'm going to do this next, we're at a diagonal now in your abdomen. And as I breathe, inhale, exhaling, I bring the 1 and the 7 together, which works a little bit different area of the abdomen and a little bit different area of the low back, all right? So let's work this diagonal process on your abdomen. Inhaling together 8 times. Exhaling, let's bring the 1 and the 7 together. You'll notice that your hip comes up on one side. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 1 and the 7. Continue inhaling. Exhaling, 1 and the 7. Now this is the next order of difficulty. Continue inhaling and exhaling. If you find any problem with this, just stay with the 6 and the 12. Inhaling, exhaling, the 1 and the 7. Inhaling, exhaling, the 1 and the 7. 2 more times. Inhaling, exhaling, the 1 and the 7. Inhaling, last time. Exhaling, the 1 and the 7. And relax. And just take kind of an internal look at what's going on in your body and how you feel. And if you feel good enough, let's go on and continue. Now the next thing we're going to do is switch the hands to the 11 o'clock and the 5 o'clock position. Now this will be, of course, the opposite diagonal to what we just worked. So let's do 8 repetitions of that together. Inhaling. Exhaling, let's bring the 11 and the 5 together. Inhaling. Exhaling, 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 the 11 and the 5. Inhaling. Exhaling, the 11 and the 5. 2 more times. Inhaling. Exhaling, 11 and the 5. Last time. Inhaling. And exhaling, 11 and the 5. Good. All right. Now this is a really good place if you're beginning for you to just take it easy right now. We're working the abdominal and the lower back muscles. If you haven't exercised in many years, really take this opportunity to give yourself permission to relax. Just start with this much for about 3 or 4 weeks until it becomes easy for you. And then add one new exercise about every 10 days as is comfortable. You can join us again when we move on to our stomach shortly. If you do feel comfortable going on, let's continue. But remember again, listen to your body. Now this next exercise is also a strengthener for the abdomen and the low back. It's particularly good for people that have neck problems, because oftentimes sit-ups are very difficult on the neck. So remember, this exercise is if you have problems working other kinds of abdominal work. All right, now your hands are going to be at your side, and we're on our back again. Simply bring the knees to the chest, pulling them in. So we pull and release. Good. Inhale, exhale, bring the knees to the chest. Exhale to release. Just a few inches on the release. Try to keep your calves approximately parallel to the floor. Let's do 8 of these together. Inhale, exhale, pull and release. 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 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, pull and release. Last time. Inhale, exhale, pull and release. Good. Now once you've been doing this tape for several months and it becomes pretty easy for you, you can feel free to add a few more repetitions of this particular exercise, but be sure you do it only to your comfort zone. If you're beginning to feel any fatigue now in your back, rest here. Again, because we're going to move to the next order of difficulty. Before moving on though, I want you to take a little inventory of how your body feels. All right? Now the next series we're going to do is a sit-up routine. I don't recommend this set if you are just beginning. Those of you that are able to do sit-ups, you should know that the wrong kind of sit-up is more harmful to your back than doing no sit-up at all. So I want to go over the correct form for everyone. The way we do it is first to flatten the small of your back into the ground, like the pelvic clock position. You flatten, and the whole sit-up is done with that position of your pelvis and low back. The hands are behind the head. The elbows are pressed back. The eyes are on the ceiling. Your chin is up and lifted. Right? You don't want to jam your head forward like this. And you take a breath in, exhale, lift, and hold, and release. Allow your head and your neck muscles to be relaxed so their head is heavy in the hands. Now let's do 8 together, okay? Inhale, exhale up, and hold, release. Inhale, exhale up, and hold, release. Inhale, exhale up, and hold, release. Inhale, exhale up 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 and hold. 2 more. Inhale, exhale up and hold. Last time. Inhale, exhale up, hold, and release. Good. Now we're going to move on to all fours, and I want everybody to do this, including those of you that rested for the last couple of sets. And the way we move on to all fours is to stretch one hand across your body, and you'll notice that at some point as you reach, your pelvis and your low back naturally follow. This is the best way for turning over during this segment of the tape, or for rolling over in bed for that matter. Then we use our hands to lift the body weight and to bring us to all fours. We're going to bring one knee up to the chest. I've developed this. This is the exercise portion of our program. We'll be doing stretching and strengthening exercises. I've developed this series of exercises from my years of study and practice in a wide variety of disciplines. If you have any questions about the exercises or about the wisdom with which you should approach an exercise program like this, please check with your doctor. The stretching and strengthening exercises are given in the order of difficulty. So if you have any pain or discomfort on a given movement, simply go back to the exercise prior and continue that one as long as it feels comfortable to you. Feel free to rest at any time your body gives you that signal. Each of us has a mechanical individuality. Some of us can do certain things and not do others. We're very individual in our makeup, in the way our linkage is sort of put together. It's important that you work with where you are and what you have. Listen to your own body and go at your own pace. If you haven't exercised in many years, it's probably wise to stop when advised for the first several weeks. Listen for the cues I'll give you throughout the tape. Now we want to begin with a series of standing exercises to increase the movement in the neck, the shoulder, the upper back, and the chest. You know, it's the very nature of the body to move in a wide variety of ways on a continual basis. Those of us that worked in cramped spaces or at a desk are fighting the very nature of the body. So try to memorize this standing segment and take a movement break every half hour or so to relieve the buildup of stiffness in the neck and shoulders and the upper back. Forget coffee breaks for the time being and take a movement break. You'll get a lot more out of it.